So the investigation into who leaked the information on the Roe v. Wade decision, who leaked that? They've investigated it and could not figure it out. I can't believe it. I can't believe that's what they came back with.
It's incredible.
It is. Could it really be that hard to figure that out?
I mean, just think about this for a second. How does this document get in the hands of, what is it, Politico, I think, that actually printed it?
Mm-hmm.
How does it get in their hands? It wasn't like a reprint, like where someone typed it all out. Like, for example, maybe you're in front of a computer, you see it there, you're some staffer, you take photos with your phone of a computer screen, and so they can see the text, send it over there, they reprint it, right? Like that. This was the actual document.
Yeah.
So this document must have been either pulled off of a drive, sent by email or some other form, or printed out and a physical copy removed from the Supreme Court offices. That's pretty much it.
Either way.
Or a hack, which is they did not completely rule that out, but they did not see any evidence of a hack.
So whichever method they used, there's going to be traces left behind that you can track.
I would think so.
So how did they not track it back to the person who did it? Incredible.
Now, maybe they were so loose with this stuff that a bunch of different people had copies of the document, and one of them brought it home, made a photocopy, and that was it. It's possible. But if so, that's a real problem with security at the Supreme Court. I mean,
no kidding.
Again, I'm flabbergasted by how this is all available. It should not be possible to do. Any digital way would be traceable, you'd think. If you're on the system of the Supreme Court, you have this document. Unless they're just emailing it around to a million different people, how could this get out? And then the fact that they can't come up with anything, no leads, nothing, no information. They really came up with a giant zilch.
After almost a year of not knowing who this is, what happened, and everybody's waiting kind of with bated breath to find out, okay, when are we going to I thought we'd find out, I don't know, before
almost immediately.
Before the actual decision came out, before they officially released it, I thought they're going to find this person and we're going to know soon. And we still don't? What was it, March? Was it March when that happened? Or May? It was either in March or May. And hard to believe that here we are going into February. Yeah, we investigated, couldn't find anything.
So let me ask you an important question.
All right.
Are we there? Are we at the point where we get to start wildly speculating with conspiracy theories? Can I do it?
Yes.
Is it okay?
I'm going to say yes.
This is the okay time.
Yes.
Okay.
So
right.
Do you have a wild
I
conspiracy
do have one.
theory?
Would you like to hear it?
I'd love to hear it.
Okay. If, let's say, not an aide, not an intern, just somebody who the janitor who works at the Supreme Court, if it wasn't one of those people, and let's just say it was an actual Supreme Court justice who just emailed it out of their account to somebody, to Politico directly. And let's just, speculation here, since that's what we're doing. Let's say that person's name was Sonia Sotomayor.
Okay.
Let's just say.
You're just picking a name out of the nine.
I could have said John Smith, but I picked Sonia Sotomayor.
And John Smith isn't a Supreme Court justice, so that wouldn't have made sense.
It wouldn't have made sense, but I just came up with the first name that popped into my head.
Okay, and that was the one.
Yeah, let's
not
say.
Not Clarence Thomas.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
No, Sonia Sotomayor.
Right.
That's the name that fits this particular
not
wild
John
example.
Roberts. No. Okay.
Let's say Sonia Sotomayor emailed from her Gmail to Politico, and they just put it in their publication. And after this investigation, that's exactly what they found. Let's just say that happened.
Okay.
This would be incredibly damaging to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Because it's not just some aide trying to get attention or trying. Yeah. This is the reveal of such pathetic and blatant ideology that the person who would do such a thing should not even be on the Supreme Court in the first place, right?
From the U.S. Supreme Court. Yes.
And I think, let's just say you had an institutionalist like John Roberts, we'll call it, again, making up names. A John Roberts.
And it just so happened that John Roberts happens to be the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
it's
that.
Weird. So it's weird you pick that name.
I don't follow it.
Okay.
So let's just say that when the investigation came back, the person who maybe was in charge, John Roberts, says this would do too much damage to the court. We need to just throw this in the trash. I'm not saying that happened because, as I said, we are in a complete speculation period here. We're just making up conspiracy theories. And to be true about it, I don't have evidence that this occurred. I want to make sure. I'm not just I'm not being coy here. There is speculation
along those lines.
There is speculation around those lines, and I do not find it completely implausible that this is what happened.
I don't find it at all implausible. It's more plausible than, we just didn't find anything. We couldn't find anybody. I don't know what happened. It's more plausible than that.
It really is. I from the beginning, I was very, very suspicious of Sotomayor and her aides. Right off the bat, she is again in a different category than other liberal justices. She is an idiot.
Yeah,
she is not. She is not on the same. She's not in the same universe as Elena Kagan, who is very liberal but very smart.
Yeah,
this is. And
Kagan has made some rulings or been part of rulings that have really surprised me.
Yeah,
a couple of times, but that almost never happens with the liberals in the court.
Totally, it's exactly what this situation is. She's an embarrassment. She really is. She's an embarrassment to the court.
Sotomayor,
not Kagan.
Yeah.
Kagan again is liberal, but respect. You can respect Elena Kagan and have some credibility. You can't do that with Sonia Sotomayor. She's just terrible. I mean, she is. She is your run-of-the-mill, boilerplate Huffington Post editor who's working on the Supreme Court.
That's exactly right.
Like, she's just, that is who she is. And, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And so it fits exactly with what you'd think Sonia Sotomayor would do in this situation, having no respect for the institution, just a liberal activist who found herself in a lifetime appointment in a job she should not have. That's who Sonia Sotomayor is. I don't know if Ketanji Brown Jackson is that. I don't think she is. I don't know that she's maybe as talented or intelligent as Elena Kagan, but she seems to be smarter than Sonia Sotomayor by leaps and bounds. Again, Sotomayor is special, and she is a unique.
In her terribleness?
Yes.
She's special in her terribleness.
Yes, she is unique. She really is. She is not the normal liberal judge. You can't just put them all together. She is different. And I don't know. Speculating on her bending the rules, I don't think is crazy. Speculating on her thinking in her head, oh, well, this cause is too important. I must do something, blah, blah, blah. She's an activist. That's who she is. And so I don't think any of that is without reason. It's not wild speculation from the point of there's no reason to believe it. Like if you were to say, there are some people out there saying, "No, I think it was Alito." Why the hell would Alito do this? This makes no sense. Why the hell would Samuel Alito ruin his own ruling?
He wouldn't.
It doesn't make any sense at all. They keep trying to come up with justifications why a conservative would do this, and no one should do it. If a conservative did do it, first of all, it's a really dumb move because you put the entire thing at risk. But, if that happened, those people should be punished as well. Again, it's complete speculation, but Sonia Sotomayor probably just emailed this to Politico. I have no evidence to back that up, but it's one of those conspiracy theories. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised by it all.
Yeah. It definitely could have happened. But the official ruling, we can't find anybody who did this. So, okay. That's really weird that there was no trace.
Incredible.
Somebody really good did this.
I keep coming back to this, Pat, and there's no one who relates to this more than you. Every time Pat Gray rolls through a stop sign, there's a cop there to catch him doing it.
Yes!
Right? This is what happens.
Yes.
Pat has been pulled over 16 times.
Just since we've been back here in Texas. Just
16
in Dallas.
times.
Yeah.
And honestly, times. Your pace has slowed. At the beginning, it was like 8 times in the first year. It was really a lot.
I think it was literally right around there. Yeah, it really was.
It's incredible. But that's what I feel like it happens in my life. If I mess something up, if I speed, if I roll through a stoplight,
you get caught.
One day, Pat, I was coming back from a dinner. It was relatively late at night on a Friday night. Came back home. Streets are empty. Not a lot of people around. I pull up to a light. Do I roll through it a little bit? Go take it while I'm taking my right? Yeah, probably. Maybe a little bit. And the reason I know that is because about a week later, I got a picture from the police officer in the mail that said, you blew through this light. And then it linked, this is real, linked to a video of me rolling through the stop sign, taking a right on red with no one around.
Yeah. We stopped that in Texas, by the way, which is awesome.
Oh, they did stop that?
Yeah,
Because it was in Texas.
They don't use the red light. They don't use the cameras at the lights anymore.
Good. No wonder I haven't been getting tickets lately.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
But like, if I can get caught doing that, number one, how does no one find out this ruling? And number two, how does Hunter Biden get away with having sex with 900 prostitutes while doing crack on camera? Right. How do these things happen?
And how does Joe Biden get away with saying, I've never talked to anybody about business with Hunter, including I've never talked to Hunter about his businesses. I don't even know what he did. I don't know what he does. How does he make a living? I don't know. And now even CNN is admitting, he had meetings with business associates of Hunter Biden. Well, thank you, finally, for verifying that, because we've been saying it for several years now. Really amazing.
Do we have that report, Sarah? We played it in the 4-minute buzz. It was a report from CNN, and yes, they did say that, but I was actually impressed by CNN for going into some depth on this.
Kind of amazing.
There is a change at some level at CNN. We can maybe talk about this a little bit today because something's going on there where I think they're actually trying to be better, which is a big statement from me and from
What's
I think
the name of their new
leader?
Is it Chris Licht?
Chris Licht, yeah.
Yeah. He said from the beginning he was going to try to make changes because he didn't like the bias.
Yep.
And he was going to get rid of the bias.
And of course, we all looked at him and said, we don't believe you.